Alrighty, you guys, what's going on? So we are back in the normal room that I normally used to make videos in. So, really quickly, I just wanted to make a video on all the flies that I own. I don't own very many. I think there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I own a dozen flies, and pretty soon... Shocking. I try to make a video and somebody texts me. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. I'm getting ready to buy some more here pretty soon. I'm also getting ready to buy a brand new head, what's it called, like a thing for your phone, because my old one broke. And I had two of them, and they both broke on back-to-back days, which is just awesome. But anyway, so I'm going to talk mainly about all the flies that I have. I have 12, like I said. Most of them are dry flies, and if you don't know what that is, they're basically topwater flies. Get all the dry flies out, and then I'll show you the other ones. I'm pretty sure that all the other ones here are wet flies. I know this one is, because this one here is the one that I caught the bluegill on yesterday with. And I also have, actually I guess I have 13, or no, I do have 12. Because the one I have on my fly rod right now is like a mayfly, and if you don't know what a mayfly is, it's basically just Google it because it's kind of hard to explain what it is. It's like a fly that trout eat. There's the one that I caught the bluegill on yesterday. Oh, really cool little fly. It's yellow with a little bit of gold. I don't know how well you can see that down here by the shank of the hook, but there's some gold. Then I have this one here, which looks really cool. It imitates a fly really well, like just a normal little fly that we have around here. Has a little feather kind of wings. Really cool looking fly. I haven't tried that one out yet. I've only tried two. Then I have this one here, which also is... This one here is kind of like a baby mayfly. It's kind of... This one here is like a smaller version of the one I have in there. I haven't tried that one out. I'm pretty sure that's a dry fly, and I'm pretty sure that these two here are also dry flies. This one here is really cool. It's like a tiny little bumblebee. That's really cool looking. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that most of these are dry flies. I know that yellow one that I showed you is a wet fly because I was fishing it yesterday, and that's how I caught the bluegill. And I think that this one here is also a dry fly, but I might be wrong, because it has a lot of fur-like stuff on it, so I don't know. That one there is a pretty cool. It kind of imitates just a plain bug. Really cool. It's got a lot of like brown hair here, then it's got like yellow felt, and then it's got like red string, like yarn down there. It's really cool looking. And then for the dry flies, these are all, I know for a fact, these are all dry flies. These are all, like, they got, like, skirt material on them, like, for bass fishing jigs and stuff. This one here, that's kind of just black and chartreuse. I don't know if you can see that chartreuse or not. Then it's got white, wings, I guess you'd call them. Then there's another one. These are just exactly the same. I got two of the same thing. And like I said, I just bought this thing here for like, I want to say it was $10. It was either 10 or 9. I don't remember which. Then I got this one here. This one here looks kind of like a dragonfly. Pretty cool looking. This one here is made of foam, which is really cool. I hope that like a bass don't completely destroy this thing, because I think this thing will be very deadly on some big gills. Then here's another little foam. This is kind of like a smaller version of the one I just showed you. Just a tiny little foam bug. I think that one there will be really good for bluegill. Then this one here I did try. This one here was actually the first fly I ever tried. And it is a little white dry fly. And it's made of foam, and it's got a little plastic wing thing there. It's pretty cool. I didn't get no hits on it, or takes, or whatever they call it in the fly fishing world. I didn't get no blow-ups on it or nothing. Then there's one kind of similar to that. This one here kind of more looks like a white spider. because it does have 8 legs on each side. So I guess that would be more of a spider looking one. But yeah, so those are the flies that I have. Now the fly setup that I got is, I think it's called Crystal River or Crystal Creek. I don't remember which name is. It might be Clear River. I don't remember. But it's an 8-foot, and I'm pretty sure it's either a 5-weight or a 4-weight. I don't really remember because it doesn't say on the rod. I don't know why, but it doesn't say on the rod what weight it is. And on the what they call it, the tippet, I would just call it a leader. I don't have like actual fly line. I'm actually using 6-pound monofilament, which is just normal fishing line like you use for bluegill and stuff like that. So that's basically what my fly setup is. It's an 8-foot long rod, the longest rod I got, you know, with that big white rod that I got over there from Walmart. So yeah. So those are the flies that I have. I have 12 of them. There's 11 here. The other one is on my rod. Pretty cool. Most of them are dry flies. I'm getting ready to buy some streamers because I know those are good for bass, and I really want to catch a bass over 3 pounds. 3 pounds is a pretty normal, I guess you could say. You know, 2.5 pounds is about the average that I catch in most of these places. But there is some 3-pounders, and that is my goal for fly fishing, basically. If I can catch a 3-pounder on a fly, that would be awesome. I've already caught a bluegill. Next is a bass or a crappie. I've seen people catch crappie on flies before. I don't know how easy it is because, in my opinion, crappie fishing is a little bit more difficult than bass fishing, even with lures. So, I don't know. But bass is something that I really want to catch, and something that I think is really cool is how tiny the hooks are. Like, if you look at that hook is tiny, tiny compared to my fingernail. It's small. These hooks are very small. Like the one that I caught that bluegill on the other day. Look at that hook. See how well you guys can see that. That is a very, very small hook. And, you know, I've seen people catch fish on those that are like 3.5, 6 pounds, you know, in that frame of size. I've seen some big bass and big tarpon, snook, bonefish caught on little flies like this with little bitty hooks. So, I mean, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge in some places because some places that I fish have a lot of trees and a lot of grass. And that's why I'm going to get some bass fishing dry flies that are weedless, or are supposed to be weedless. You know, a little mouse and probably a frog. Fly fishing with a frog would be pretty cool. The only problem is you can't have those Bassmaster Classic hook sets like, you know, you see me do and see other people do with a bait caster. You can't do that with these. You have to pull the line and raise up, which is going to be a little bit difficult for me. With that bluegill, literally, I just had to raise the rod up. I didn't actually pull the line or anything because it was just out there a few feet. So it's going to be a little bit different to get used to, but I do think that I will be able to pick it up pretty easy because I did, after 2 days of practice, and I practiced a little bit today, but it did start raining a little bit, so I didn't get to practice that much. But what I did practice and stuff, I thought it was really cool. I've been able to make like 20-yard casts, which is okay. I mean, I've seen people make really long casts with fly rods. You know, I think a 20-yard cast for myself in the areas that I fish is pretty decent. So, I mean, I'm not worried about it. And I've also gotten pretty well at judging where the fly is going to end up. One problem is that where I judge the fly to end up is usually where the knot from leader to the main line ends up. So I do have to kind of get used to that. But yeah, so I'm really excited to do this. And also, real quick, this weekend, maybe Saturday evening or Sunday morning sometime, I might be going to where I usually deer hunt and do some shed hunting and some turkey scouting, because I am going to be turkey hunting this year. I'm super excited to go out. I haven't been shed hunting in, a year. So I think it'd be cool. The only 2 sheds I've ever found were big ones. And I've also found a little bitty, it was a 3-pointer on one side. And it had been gnawed on and stuff. And the only other shed that I found was actually a set. And believe it or not, we were actually looking for an arrow that I shot at a deer on the last day of deer season in 2015, and ended up finding a huge set of sheds, which I might show in a future video. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, so make sure you check out Dakota and Family, their channel. Might be linked down in the description. I have a problem with not linking channels anymore. But go check out their channel. Also, go check out, I thought that door just opened, but there isn't a door. I swear it sounded like a door open there. But also, go check out Chaos Paddlers, and go check out, if I can ever remember names, it'll be great. And also go check out, I don't know. I'll have links in the description to the channels. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.